Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's good to see you today. Man, what a day. Just slipped in here. I feel like they were closing the doors and they let one more guy in, and that was me. And just like nipped my pantsuit as they closed the door. Just like a minute. That's how tight we're cutting it. Woo. That says that says it's I gotta fix this freaking clock. This clock is wrong. What does this say? We went through this before. Okay, we're not using these. What we do is this. Yep, right. Is that what we do? Then we bring this one over here. I'm sort of slowly making this happen. Oh, Firefox, you're awesome. Uh, what's going on here? What am I looking for? That'll work. Need this. All right. Uh, oh, yeah, we're gonna leave this here. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, excellent, excellent. That was not hard. All right, we got a ton of. I've been drinking. I emptied this twice, so I simply had 80 ounces of. Oh, yeah, I don't need more water. uh, so I just got the air conditioning on, and the rest of the house I just closed like maybe an hour ago, because it was 85, and then it went to like 70, 78, somewhere like that. So I think we're around 78. But in here, when I do these pods, I like, the wind are blowing on my face. Uh, it's too hot for that. So I'm anticipating the sweet spot for me and this apartment will be probably around late September, mid September, so hot, October, like middle of October. And you know what I miss about I'm just thinking, I think October, I think orange, I think turning leaves, I think kicking through. You don't get any of that here in Virginia. No, you definitely need to be in the Northeast for that. There's something to be said for changing seasons, especially if you're creative, writing like arcs of stories that go. All my stories ever, and it's funny because I actually started plotting out a story today, um, which is why I didn't do the schedule. But I felt really productive plotting out the story, and I was thinking, man, I can't share this with you because I'm trying to write a story. The whole point is twists and turns and surprise and not have your good idea, taken off course by other people's info or just stole it, outright stole it. Um, but this discipline thing has got me kind of in this weird space of creativity and I don't know. Y'all hear that? Oh, the two little boys. The two little boys, I guess about 8 years old, sound like two women. Their voices are high. You know, puberty ain't come knocking yet, so mm, that's a spicy meatball. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna get all situated. We've got everything spinning. We're gonna. We've been streaming for 4.5 minutes. We are straight balling out of control. Somebody needs to calm us down. Um, Today's our 34th day. This morning we played some pretty good finger. Thank you. Uh, that's 5 minutes late, by the way. So yeah, so so I think we got in here with like 10 seconds to spare. We weren't late, but still, it's not ideal. But we were in here yesterday, super duper early. Am I spinning? Huh. It says I'm going to two locations, but the locations don't say that. Okay, one of them says that. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, we're gonna let's move this over here. Oh, I'm surprised that we did not lose the picture yet, because that's normally what happens. So we're gonna slide. I'll do anything you ever seem to be complete. So I also spent time looking up finger picking songs for all the songs I had picked out originally that were going to be uh I don't want to say regular songs, but we're going to be with the pick. Now I'm like, oh, maybe I can try all those songs that I wanted to try. Put this here with that's not right at all. I just screwed that up. All right, this is what I'm doing. Ooh, excuse me. Paste. All right, excellent. All right, so I set that up. 1 and 2 and 2. Perfect. Put this back here, cut this off. All right, cut that off. Go back here. Ugh. All right, perfect. What am I missing? I'm missing one thing. I'm gonna shrink this. What is going on with put your arms up? Yeah, no, we close this. Yeah, close it. That's what I asked you to do. All right, so put your arms around me. What is going on here? All right, so we'll just put it on a random channel, and that yeah, see that fix it. Excuse me. And we have one more thing, which is the title of this show. We'll copy that and we'll set up tomorrow's 7 a.m. show. But it doesn't say that I'm streaming here on Haps, which is weird. But okay, I guess that's fine, right? Because you can obviously see me. Um, Tomorrow is the 35th day of this adventure. Let's put this here. I'm sorry, guys. This is AM, and tomorrow is Thursday. We don't have a Thursday title for the show, so we're gonna call it Thursday. Today was Wednesday. I got Friday on my mind, which is a Cure song. Thursday, Adams instead of Wednesday. How's that? We're not. Sometimes we're just not that good with some of these things, but that's all right. Um, excuse me. Tomorrow, 7 a.m. guys. Every day, 7 a.m. Perfect. That's where I live. This is the color I'm choosing because it matches my eyes. Bam. All right. So I don't know why this doesn't say that we're streaming. That's weird, though, right? All right. Well, we are obviously streaming, right? It says live for 10 minutes. And we're going to my other channel. So why am I panicking? It just doesn't say that we're streaming here, which is weird. But I have a couple of views, which is also weird. Uh maybe that's not good. Maybe I should just stop worrying about it and just move on. Yeah, it says I'm live. I guess I'm not in the feed though. All right. Oh, there. Okay. Let's just go. What? Hold on. I sort of need that, don't I? We can't close that. All right. Good Lord. All right. Some of this stuff is just beyond me. So I started putting together the arc of my grand story that I've been thinking about forever. I won't bore you with the details, but it's awesome and it's science fictiony and it's exactly kind of goofy fare that I like to read. I did not do this today. I did manage to get home, change back into because part of the thing is changing into like comfortable clothes. I love this shirt. This shirt is ratty AF. I'm actually about to have this design put on other shirts just to survive this era. But I don't know if I should do that. Should this great T-shirt go the way of the dinosaur because its time is up, or should I clog my clothesline, my clothing routine with things that stay in the mix, never evolving my clothing style? Sort of like Congress. Never any new ideas or new people. Always old stuff recycled on display. I'm gonna get an ice cube. You guys think about that. And then we are gonna play that song again. Ow, 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 baby, put your arms around me. What you feel is what you are, and what you are is beautiful. Oh, so yeah, so I was looking up all these songs that have finger plucking, finger, finger flicking in it. Um, I really need to fix this whole setup. All right, let's put this over here. Now I've got sticky hands, which is awesome. Uh, yeah, I don't know, man. I think when you do this, you should be comfortable. So I mean, I could wear jeans. I've worn jeans, but I like the weird aesthetic. Of, oh, let's put that over there for the kids. And all right, let's get back to it. Excuse me. So, oh, yeah, my story. I sort of want to talk about it. I want to. So instead of talking about my story, how about this? I've read a ton of books on screenplays and how to navigate a good story. I used to have friends who actually wrote books, and they would tell me some of like these great hack, like so you don't have to spend 5 years reading books about how to write a script, how to write a screenplay, how to get a plot going, how to keep a character interesting. Uh, some of that stuff. And so I know a lot of that. And, you know, you've read a lot of stuff, and I've read a lot of comic books. So and we've all watched a lot of episodic television. Um, do I want to put this here? Is this high? Put this back a little bit. Burp, 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 excuse me. Um, so yeah, let's get it started. How do you kick your story off? Choose the genre first: romance, action, drama, historical fiction, um, science fiction. That's what I'm doing. Um, and then there's other niche things, right? Um, realism, sci-fi. I think realism, sci-fi is like War of the Worlds, right? Uh, it's you in your car, but there's an alien spaceship, or it's like sci-fi opera, like Star Wars, right? Sci-fi military, like Stargate, or I don't really even know what. I think Star Trek is really a police procedural. Quite frankly, it's a sci-fi police. Like they're essentially star cops. Um, so yeah, so pick your genre. We're supposed to be playing guitar. I'm sorry, but we do a bit of everything because we're mavericks. We're movers and shakers and movers, and we move and we shake at our own pace. So nuts for you if you think we can't. Good Lord. I might need that pick. All right. Oh my God. so pick a genre. Uh if you pick a genre, I mean, if you're writing romantic fiction, you've all sort of picked a time period. But then you start plotting out your character. What are your characters, your major characters' motivation? So you got a major good guy, you got a major bad guy. You may have a love interest, or you may have a homeboy, or it just may, you know, however you plant these out. Everybody's got to have a motivation. They have to be driven to do something to get someplace for some reason. Um, and then they have to be in conflict with the other person's goals. I want to rule the world and be a dictator forever. And your goal is not to make sure that doesn't happen. That is, you know what I'm saying? So therein lies a conflict. There is no conflict if I want to rule the world and you're like, that is a great idea. That's that. I mean, your science fiction movie or whatever, people would be like, I don't what why they even want to help him? I thought he was going to help him, then betray him, but no, he just helped him. So people will have all sorts because remember, you may not know how to write a story or whatever, but you've seen thousands of them, thousands of them, and thousands of them in like the last 2 years. So I'm not even counting from when, and I don't even know how old you are, but I'm not even counting from when you were a child. But yeah, you've seen 1,000 stories in like the last 2 years, whether they're newspapers, articles written in the story form to get you on board with it. It's always supposed to be an emotional investment, right? Or whether they're short stories you read in magazines or comic books or movies, right? Some stories are in songs, right? Son of a Preacher Man. Is that a story? Or is that just he was the son of a preacher man? What about Pedro and what's the name of that song? That's a story. They could have had him any day. They only let him slip away. Out of kindness, I suppose. Right? What's the name of that song? But that's a story. Another story is Slick Rick's not Lottie Dottie. Slick Rick's a children is it a children's story? Once upon a time not long ago where oh my god, I used to know all this and live life slow. Where good grief, now I gotta look it up. And justice, the people were behaving like the odds were good. The little boy who was misled by another little boy, and this is what he said: "Me and you, we can make some cash by robbing old folks and making the dash." They did the deed, they did the job. Money came of age, but one couldn't stop it like he had a disease. He robbed another and another, and the sister and the brother. Tried to rob a cop who was a DT undercover, right? DTs are detectives. But that story tells you from the beginning, it's like, it's got this bucolic beginning of a story, right? And then it tells two guys who did this thing like bad guys, and one grew up and one stopped, but one couldn't, right? So it tells you this great little story. Slick Rick, what is the name of that song? A children's story, I think it's called, right? Slick Rick children's story. So let's get the lyrics. Here we go. Once upon a time, not long ago, when people wore pajamas and lived life slow, where laws were stern and justice stood, and people were behaving like they ought to, good, right? It's a slam rhyme there. There lived a little boy who was misled by another little boy. This is what he said. Me, Ya, Tay, we're gonna make some cash. Me, Ya, Tay, we're gonna make some cash by robbing old folks and making a dash. Three of them. They did the job. Money came of age. Money came with ease. I thought it was money came of age. They did the job. Money came with ease, but one couldn't stop. It's like he had a disease. He robbed another, and a sister and a brother. Tried to rob a man who was a DT undercover. The cop grabbed his arm. He started acting erratic. He said, "Keep still, boy. No need for static." He punched him in the belly and he gave him a slap. But little did he know the little boy was strapped. Right, the cops punched him in the belly. The cops smacked him. uh, but Little boy was strapped. The kid pulled out a gun. A gun? No, that's not the. Pulled out a gun. He said, "Why'd you hit me?" That's not the rhyme. The kid pulled out a spanking shotgun. He said, "Why'd you hit me?" Hmm. Hold on, wait. Yeah, why'd you hit me? The barrel strength was that. I mean, this is the thing about putting up rhymes. Sometimes the people who put them up don't know the lyrics. And in the old days, they would write the lyrics on the liner notes. No one does that anymore. So now sometimes you get, and sometimes people rewrite their lyrics just to get it on radio, right? Um, Eminem is known for that. He's got a radio version and a hardcore rap version of stuff. The barrel was straight for the cop. The barrel was set. It was aimed for the cop kidney. The cop got scared. The kid, he started to figure, I'll do years if I pull this trigger. So he cold dash. Cold dash means ran. He cold ran away. Dash. But cold dash is like, you know, it's just I don't know. It's like he cold dashed and ran around the block. Cops radioed into another lady cop. He ran by a tree there. He saw the sister. He shot for the head. She shot back. She shot for the head. He shot back, but he missed her. That's the rhyme. He ran by a tree there. He saw the sister. A shot for the head. He shot back, but no, that's wrong. Then he saw the sister. She shot for the head. He shot back, but he missed her. And looked around good, and from expectation, he decided he'd head for the subway station. But she was coming and he made a left. He was running top speed till he was out of breath. Knocked an old man down and swore he killed him. Then he made his move to an abandoned building. Ran up the stairs to the top. Ran upstairs to the top floor. No, ran up the stairs. Ran up the stairs. No, top floor. Opened up the door there. Guess what we saw? Right. That this is clumsy. He ran to the. Run, oh, blah, 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 blah. He made the move to an abandoned building. Ran up the stairs up to the top floor. That actually might be right. Open up the door there. Guess who we saw? Dave, the dope fiend, shooting dope who don't know the meaning of water nor soap. He said, I need bullets. Hurry up, run. The dope fiend brought back, the dope fiend brought back a spanking shotgun. No, the dope fiend pulled out a spanking shotgun. Spanking means beautiful, means high quality, means, oh man, that is a spanking ride you got. That is a spanking suit you're wearing. It's awesome, right? That's an awesome shotgun. Spanking means essentially means awesome. The dope fiend brought back a spanking shotgun. He went outside, but there was cops all over. Then he dipped into a car, a stolen Nova. A Nova was a car back in the 80s. So, but he's got a question mark next to it, but it's right. Actually, why don't I share this with you instead of just reading it to you? I can do that. Lyric Genius has the best lyrics. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, hold on. All right, hold on. Wait a minute. We can flip both of these. There you go. All right, so this is where I'm at. Then he dipped into a car, a stolen Nova. There's a question mark. I mean, he didn't know what a Nova was. A Nova was a car. It was a Chevy car in the 80s that raced up the block doing 83, crashing. Raced up the block doing 83, crashed into a tree near a university, escaped alive though the car was battered, rat-a-tat-tatted and all the cops scattered, ran out of bullets, and he still had static, which means he still had beef with the cops, right? He ran out of bullets, but he still got trouble. He still got drama. He still got issues. I ran out of, but he still had static, grabbed this pregnant lady and pulled out the automatic, pointed at her head and said the gun was full of lead. He told the cops, back off, honey, he is dead. Deep in his heart, he knew he was wrong. So he let the lady go and he starts to run on. Right, that's right. So he lets the lady go and he starts to run on. Sirens sounded. He seemed astounded. But before long, the little boy got surrounded. Right? He dropped the gun, so went to glory. And this is where I have to end this story. He was only 17 in the madman's dream. The cop shot the kid. I still hear him scream. I mean, it's really good because he's like, there's all this layer shit that you will miss if you don't read it, right? So he's talking about how he doesn't have any bullets, right? He takes somebody hostage, lies about it, decides this is fucked, lets her go. He still can't get away from it. At the end of the story, he surrenders, but the cops still kill him. Um, Deep in his heart, he knew he was wrong, so he let the lady go and he starts to run on. Siren sounded. He seemed astounded, but before long, the bullet got surrounded. He dropped the gun, so went to glory, and this is where I have to end this story, right? He dropped the gun, and so went to glory. It's not going to be any stories I'm going to be telling in the streets, but instead, he was only 17. Did like the last paragraph sums up it nicely. He was only 17 in a madman's dream. Cop tried to kiss her head and scream. This ain't funny, so don't you dare laugh. Just another case about. It's not case. It's just another story about the wrong path, straight and narrow, or your soul gets cashed. It's not cast. It's cashed, like cashed out, like Good night, right? Who lyric fine, song by Ricky M.L. Waters, right? I wonder what lyric genius have to say. I mean, there's a lot of those that are wrong. Come on, what's going on here? All right. Did your money came with one? Well, I'm just gonna super peruse this just to make sure. I should have left the other one open to see what it said. But the kid pulled out a gun. He said, "Why'd you hit me?" What? They came without a gun and said, "Why'd you hit me?" The bag was set free for the cops. He said, "As far as graduated." So he cold dashed around on the block. Cops raised another. Like, ran by the tree. So he says, shot for the head. Shot for the head. He shot back, but he missed her. It's she. Okay, sister. Okay, looked around. Good. And from expectation, he decided to head for conversation, but she was coming in the middle of from run top speed, run up, but knocked the old man down, so blah, 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 blah. Ran up the stairs to the top floor, opened up door. Guess what he saw? Who Dave the Dolphin shooting dope who don't know the meaning of water north. So he said, I need bullets, hurry up, run. The Dolphin pulled out. The Dolphin brought back he's got the same lyrics too. I can't even listen to it now. Am I remembering this? Well, am I remembering this wrong? Spank a shotgun. Cops raced to the block on anything. Crashing tree near escaped alive. The car was battered. Rat-a-tat-tat and all the cops scattered. Ran out of bullets and he still had static. Grabbed the pregnant lady and pulled out the automatic. Pointed at her head and said the gun was full of lead. He took his car back off on his dead. Deep in his heart, he knew he was going to let the lady go and he starts her on. Sirens sounded. He seemed to sound the phone. Yeah. All right, maybe it's me. Bum, 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 bum. Woo! So yeah, I just started working on my own story with and that's part of it, right? So you get your protagonist and your antagonist, essentially your hero and your villain, and they work against each other um, for something. I haven't to figure out what for something they want. Right now, I'm in the middle of just writing interesting backstory because people always concentrate on the good guy and never concentrate on the bad guy. So you know, interesting backstory is interesting backstory. All right, I gotta tell you, this normally should be on. Why is that set for 2 hours? Let's do 13 minutes. 13 minutes is a good number for us shifty Americans. For all my international viewers, welcome, welcome, welcome. Uh, I talk about America because I'm American. I do a lot of that. I don't mean to, alienate people or. But again, it is what it is. I can only talk about the things that I'm interested in, and I'm interested in that. But I'm also interested in you and story and creativity. Was watching the stock market. I think I'm interested in that. I don't know how I'm going to open up an avenue to that. Excuse me. It's a good day, man. I was also looking for a push-up routine. The best way to get in shape, in my opinion, is calisthenics, right? And calisthenics are essentially body weight exercises. Uh, so push-ups, squats, uh, wall leans, head 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 headstands. All these. You don't need to like pack 300 pounds on a thing. And, look at me. All right. You can get really strong just by body weight stuff, running. Uh, like I said, push ups. I can't do jumping jacks. I got a boom knee. Y'all are learning a lot about me on this pod. Uh, shifty knee, right? If you got a shifty knee, you can't run. Shifty ankle, you can't run. But you could walk. Um, but you should try and do something. Put a brace on it, because in the long run, all your weight comes down. Like a knee is bad. Uh, a hip is worse because a hip will throw you out of alignment, but more than a knee will. But an ankle, all that weight sits on your ankle. So not just your weight. You pick up your daughter, right, who's 80 pounds, little girl, right? That's weird. You pick up like, your wife carry across the threshold or your husband carry him across the threshold. Uh so yeah, but so if you get one of those, you should try and build around it. That's why I mean I guess I could do a 5K, which is essentially 3 miles. Uh I guess I could do one of those because I run three. I used to. Well, stop saying you do if you haven't done it in a while. I used to do it regularly, run 3 miles a day. Um, so just looking up some like push-ups, uh, because you just don't want to do like do 100 push-ups a day, right? So you can do them in several ways. That's right. You can do them all at once. God bless you. Or you could do like 10 in the morning, 30 here, another 10 there, and get them all in that way. That's the best way to do it. Uh, but there are some push-up regiments where you do 5 and then you do 7, you do 5 and you do 20 and then you do 5. Then next week you'll do 7 and then you do 9 and then you do 7 and you do 25 and then all through the course of like the week. So you're building up like the first part of the week you can do 5 push-ups. By the end of the week you can do 7, right? So you're putting, which is no small thing. You're putting your body weight 2 more clicks in that thing like every week. So it's like if you could run, first you can't run, but then you could run like 100 yards. And the next day you can run 100 yards and like, you know, it's 100.5 yards, right? And then you can run 101 yard, then so before you know it, you can be running 3 miles, 10 miles, 15 miles, 20 miles, right? It's slow increments of success, which is oddly enough what we're trying to do here. Slow increments of success. And I was like, huh, that's sort of what I need. I mean, between you and me, the wallpaper, look at this. This is flabby. This is unacceptable. I mean, age is age, and I respect it, but you shouldn't have to age gracefully. Fuck that. Fight it out. Be fit. I'd rather die on a treadmill than on a couch, right? But oddly enough, I'd rather die on a couch than in a plane. I don't like planes. Um, so yeah, we have to sort of try and get fit without trying to be a supermodel about it or massively changing our whole flow about it, because you want to keep it in your life. So if you just change everything to, let's say, drop down to your birth weight, right? And then after you get to that goal, oh, I'm back down, you're just slowly going to gain it back up because you're going to pick up all those habits. So you have to introduce stuff into your life, and when you do that, other stuff that's less important will drop out. So if you're eating like a whole cake and have polishing off a bottle of wine a night, and you're still running 3 miles a day, okay, you're doing better than the other dude who's polishing off a pound of cake and wine. But at the end of the day, one day either the running will give or you'll go, I'm not eating as much cake as I do, so I'm only finishing off half the cake and half the bottle of wine. you know, Things will move on you. People, it's hard to make people change. People have to want to change, and people are motivated by all sorts of things. So I guess this whole thing that I'm doing here is want to change. Huh? Is this the last one I have? I think it is. It is. All right. We may. Hold on. Both of those stories that came up were interesting. The first one is a CNN story. It says U.S. election officials are political targets because of election fraud lies. Election fraud lies. Whoever wrote that shouldn't include lies in there. It tells you that something is, even though, you know what I mean? Experts fear a mass exodus may threaten elections. Um, they with them. We've got election issues. So to say that there aren't election issues is one thing. To say that I don't know. The other thing is this. National Geographic story. A newly found chunk of billion-year-old rock under the Pacific boosts the case for Earth currently hosts on oh good lord. Pacific boosts the case Earth currently hosts and oh good lord, stop shutting off for me. Hosts an eighth continent, Zealandia. Zealandia. A newly found chunk of billion-year-old rock under the Pacific boosts the case Earth currently hosts an eighth continent, Zoolandia. Okay, man, reading is fundamental.